last 3 days have been numbing in this country. And we're at a very pivotal apex right now in terms of where this country is heading or where it will wind up very shortly. I've carried the caskets during my tenure. I've stood over people that I knew laying on the ground. My partner was shot in the face. And I've had people try to kill me numerous times. But what we saw last night, and I didn't know this until I woke up this morning around 6 o'clock, it took me back to a conversation I had with Ray Kelly a few years ago, and I asked him, I said, do you want urban warfare in the city of New York? Because people had come to me years ago after Amadou had been killed, and these were ex-military personnel, and they said they were tired of it. And they said, we're going to start killing these cops. And I said, that's not a good thing to discuss or even recommend. But it is a reality. There are people out here who, and we've seen it just in the political spectrum over the last few months with comments that people have made and just the fanning of the flames. We now know that whoever these individuals were, and I had said this to Ray Kelly, a bulletproof vest is not going to protect a police officer, not from someone who is using a high-powered weapon. So, unfortunately, it has come to pass, not here in New York, but in Dallas, and I pray it never happens here. But there are people out there who are not operating on all cylinders, who have weapons. My son, who was in the military, told me some years ago that they were weeding men out of the military who were part of the white supremacist movement. And they were joining the military just to get the training. You know, there are a lot of things going on in the back that you just, and the general public doesn't have an idea of what is happening. So the FBI and JAG and other units of the government were trying to find out who those men were to pull them out of the military so they couldn't get that type of training. But then you look at the situation last night, a peaceful demonstration erupts into total chaos. I did an interview yesterday on News One, and I said, we cannot afford to move with the eye for an eye mentality. Innocent people wind up dead on both sides. We see this in Iraq right now with these insane bombings that are going on. We've seen it in Palestine between the Jews and the Palestinians. Nobody wins. There has to be a time where we come to the table to truly address the issue of race in this country. It is a cancer that has polluted not just this country, but it's polluted the world. And until we choose to come and sit down and talk, number one, I believe that most Americans live in two states in this country, the state of denial and the state of fear.